How's it going, guys? This is Brian Wentz of UB Fit, and today we're going to be talking about your inner thigh muscles. Why should you care about them? Now, the inner thigh muscles, the adductor muscles, are great for helping lock in your hip and to help engage certain muscles that you're trying to focus on. Now, your adductor muscles are activated either through adduction, which is when you just bring your foot from outside to in or across, or it can also be activated through internal femoral rotation. And what that means is we're trying to rotate that bone in here, your femur, and your thigh, inwards. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using this block for all three of these exercises. Now, the first exercise is just a way to help engage and activate it, and the other two are ways to lock in our hip to activate the muscle we're trying to activate better. So the first one is a wall sit. So I'm going to be set up, feet about shoulder width apart, and I'm going to have this just right around my knees, and I'm going to squeeze. Now, if you can look on my side, you can see I'm about 90 degrees. My hips should be parallel. I'm just trying to squeeze in, squeeze in, squeeze in. Now, go for time. If you don't have a yoga block, I'm using a yoga block. If your gym doesn't have one, then you can get a medicine ball or a weight or plates. Now, just make sure when you're using that, you're not trying to press in, shouldn't be painful, shouldn't be pinching you. Now, I like this one just because it makes the wall sit even harder. I'm sure if you've ever done sports before, you've had to do wall sits before, and now by activating, now we just feel our thighs being activated more. We don't necessarily feel our lower back arching as much as it would want to do. I will say this as well. Make sure you're squeezing between your knees, not your feet. When we're squeezing between our knees, we get that internal rotation as well as we get that adduction at the same time, versus if we just squeeze between here, we just get them together instead of getting that rotation as well. Now, there are certain times in which we do want to just do adduction, and that could be with a band, and that could just isolate whether we have to help a rehabilitation or if we just need to really focus on that for a corrective exercise. But for today's lesson, just between the knees. So the next one is a glute bridge. Now, we went over this in a previous video on how to help correct your glute bridge. Now, if you're still having trouble, then using this kind of adduction maneuver really helps a lot to make sure, again, your hips are locked in and you're able to engage the glutes, which you're trying to do. So, I'm gonna go ahead, lay down. Now, like I said before in the last video, when you do a glute bridge, what happens sometimes is we come up and then our back arches. So we're leading with that back, we go down, and we might notice that dip down here. I can put my hand through instead of being able to tuck in. If you're having trouble tucking in, what you can do, put the block in, make sure you still leave about shoulder width, maybe a little bit less, and we squeeze. Now, my back's arched, but then when I squeeze that block, now my hip yet again gets locked in. Instead of if I release, now it wants to come up. When I squeeze, now it's locked in. And now when I come up into glute bridge and I'm squeezing, well, now I come up. Versus, so that's how high I can go. But if I take that block out, then I come up and now I arch my back, right? Now I can still tuck in, but you notice I'm lower. But again, by squeezing here, we lock in the hip, and now there's no way I'm gonna be able to go past this without breaking my form. So for the last one is a hanging knee tuck, hanging leg raise, or you could also do it if you don't have a bar you can hang from. You can also do it with a dip machine if you have those pads for your arms. Now, what you're trying to activate here are your abs. And again, by squeezing a block, squeezing a medicine ball, or whatever, you are able to lock in your hips and engage and activate the muscles you're trying to activate. So we're pressing here. You're gonna reach up, and you can either do this with a bent knee and still tuck. Now, when I'm doing this, I'm not just going like that, right? Now, normally when you do that, you'll get a lot of hip flexion, but by still squeezing this, I'm still able to engage a lot of lower abs and abs. But by then bringing my hip up, now that just flexes the spine a lot more, or I can still do a like straight version of that, and now that makes it a lot tougher as well. So there you have it, guys. Those are 3 exercises for your inner thigh muscles or your adductor muscles. Hopefully it will take that to the gym as soon as you can. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. If you have any suggestions for future videos, make sure to leave them in the comment section down below as well. If you like the video, like it, give it a thumbs up, share it please to your friends and family so they can learn as well. Make sure to hit that subscribe button for future content coming out soon. This is Brian Wintz of UB Fit. I hope you have a good day.